Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 20th of Herizon podcast. Today is our 1-year anniversary episode. And it's not the episode we were expecting for our 1-year anniversary, to be honest with you. And it's been a lot. There's been a lot going on. The last time that we were here, we had Gloria Zamora share her story of her life. And we were fortunate enough to have her on the podcast share her life, her struggles, everything she's overcome. And we all got to know her on a different level that we really didn't know her for. She came on the podcast with the intent of being relatable to other women through her story and everything she's been through, and, empower women to know that they can overcome similar situations. And it's crazy because, she already empowered women overall through her fitness, through her own social platform. She had a very strong community. And this was just a way for her to connect with more women. And she was the most vulnerable she's ever been. And it took a lot for her to get to this place. And when we met and she said she wanted to come on here, it was a feeling of, how would I describe it? Joy, because that is what Herizon is about. Women being vulnerable and sharing their stories, being relatable and empowering women through their life struggles and speaking on how they've overcome them. Not being victims, but, sharing, this is everything I've been through, but this is how it's molded me into the woman that I am or I'm becoming. And just like that, everything has society, culture, ignorance, stupidity, I can keep going, has changed that, or at least tried. Let me rephrase that, has tried to change that. And there's been so many different stories, narratives, just shit. But we have Gloria's story, and you can see who she was and what she's been through, and that doesn't change. And the people that personally knew her know that. And this is the worst case scenario of a woman wanting to leave a relationship that she no longer wanted to be in anymore. And her life was taken in the most tragic way. And on top of her life being taken, her life and her story has been ridiculed by social media and all these platforms wanting to give their opinion as if they lived her life and they were in her relationship, and just try to taint everything that she's built. And the worst part is that she's not here to defend herself. 3 weeks ago, June 21st, Gloria and Hector's life were taken by her soon-to-be ex-husband, Tomás. And I don't care in what there is no justification for someone taking someone's life. There's no sides to the story for someone murdering someone. The stories need to be heard. She didn't come on Herizon podcast to share her story and bash her ex soon-to-be husband. She came on here to talk about herself and her struggles and what she had gone through and what she was going through. And it's just been absolutely distraughting for the family of these victims, because they are the ones that are here to read every single fucking comment that you evil, ugly, hateful, ignorant people just feel the need to express. The stories that have came out, the false, fabricated evidence is ridiculous. And the worst part is that they're not here. They're not here. You guys want to sit here and clear names and give stories, and you got to listen to all of the stories. You got to sit here and say blah, blah, blah. Do you guys understand that they're not here? They are dead, unfortunately. And it wasn't life that did it. It was someone that took it upon themselves to end their life. And everybody wants to justify death. How sick are you? How twisted and evil, and how strong is your projection to fucking hate on somebody because you feel they deserve it, because you hear the stories and you hear the narratives and there's fake fraudulent evidence that is being presented to you, and you think that it's okay to sit here and justify murder. You think it's okay to sit here and justify a woman being stalked, harassed, and hunted. She signed the divorce papers at the beginning of the year, and he answered back. So he was very aware and he was on board. Okay. So this Gloria Zamora said, I don't longer want to be with you anymore. I don't want to continue in this relationship. I think that we have differences, that we have outgrown each other now, and I want to move on with my life. She stated that. She filed for divorce. The day that a woman says, I don't want to be with you, is the day that she's creating that boundary where she says, I don't want to be with you. And society, culture, family has made it to there's excuses for behavior like this and justification. Fuck that. No. She stated very clear, I don't want to be with you. And that was it. And he could not see himself moving on for whatever reason. There's, I'm sure, so many. But I think the number one is that he saw her as an object and she belonged to him, which is a lot of how these men, especially women or men that are going through DV, people see us like that. Like if we're objects to them, we're not human. We don't have emotion. We don't have our own freedom rights. We belong to people because we had kids or we shared a home or, you know, we invested together into building a family. And unfortunately, we grew out of that as time progressed. And the way that everybody wants to look at it is wait till the divorce papers are done. Do you guys understand how long divorce can possibly take? It's gotten to the point now where the court has now made it to where after a certain period of time, if the person doesn't sign, they can actually void the divorce themselves because people don't sign, because they use that to wave over somebody's head and torture them on top of them and whatever else they've done previously in their years of relationship. But we want to focus on all the outside bullshit instead of focusing on the real issue here. And the real issue is that she didn't want to be with him. She chose to move forward in the most amicable and respectful way. And she tried to do it the right way. And you guys want to bash her for absolutely everything. There has not been something you guys have not touched or spoken on or opinionated on. It's ridiculous. And it's crazy because it was her platform and it was the way she looked that brought up so much more attention. Because if this was a woman that, I don't know what you guys think a mother should look like, right? But if it was a plain Jane Doe, no disrespect, it wouldn't have been this big. It wouldn't have been national news. Every freaking channel, Spanish and English. I always wanted to reach the Hispanic community because I am Mexican American, but not in this way. Not in this way. You guys have ridiculed, embarrassed, and literally disrespected her and Hector in every single way, and they're not here to defend themselves. But you know who is here? Those 11 children that they left behind. They are the ones that get to look at your messages and that have to live not only with grieving their parents, especially in the most horrible way that their life was taken, but now they have every single one of you sick, twisted people giving your opinion because you don't know how to shut up and you feel you're entitled to speaking how you truly feel. And a lot of you are ugly, are very, very ugly. Gloria's not here. Hector's not here. Tomas isn't here. But those 11 children are here. And they are the ones that have to look at all this shit. They don't even get to grieve in silence because their mother's name, their father's name is everywhere, being tainted for people's gossip story and fucking novela shit. And you guys think that there's justification for what was done. At the end of the day, the way it's written is Hector and Gloria were victims and they were unalived by Tomas. He murdered them. It was premeditated. It was not a crime of passion. They were no longer together. I don't care if it was a day before she said, I don't want to be with you. She stated, I don't want to be with you. And that's what a lot of you guys have a problem with. Instead of him walking away and restarting his life over, because according to everyone, she treated him so bad. And, she cheated on him. She abused him. All this shit that you guys are talking about. Instead of saying he should have walked away, he wasn't being treated right, blah, blah, blah. You guys want to sit here and create justification for what he did. And then the comments just keep on coming. They keep on coming. And a lot of you are projecting. A lot of you are projecting so many. I can read a comment and tell you why you're commenting this. From the people that are creating the blogs, they've been cheated on before, so they're able to relate. To the women that have gone through DV and have came out and stated she should have done things differently and gone out quietly. To the women that are just literally focusing on the way she looked. Why don't you get the fuck up and go do something about it instead of commenting on someone that was murdered? From these men that will probably never be able to talk to a woman like her, but feel the need to say what's on their chest because that's going to make them sleep better at night. Some shit is just unsaid because it shows who your character is, and it's fucking ugly. There's been so many rumors. There's been so many, like I stated, so many fake, fabricated evidence. And it's sad to say that Tomas was trying to expose her before he passed. And he was. He reached out to me. He reached out to my production team. He reached out to gyms that Gloria was going to. He reached out to other platforms that he was trying to. And yes, I didn't give him attention. My podcast is not a podcast for TMZ type of, how would you say it? Reporting. No. So no, I did not give him the attention that he wanted because at the end of the day, a real rational, logical person is going to look at that message and said, you know what, maybe you should leave her. If you're that unhappy and she is that bad of a person, the way you are describing it to me, and you caught her with another guy, after she filed for divorce, and obviously she's not wanting to be with you, you should walk away. Why would I give him a platform? Why? He should have had more self-respect, more self-love, and known who he was as a person and walked away. And that's a problem with a lot of you people that agree with this or that are the abusers in the DV, that you guys justify in your mind every reason as to why you just can't let go. I don't understand that. Everyone has a free will. Everyone is able to do and move on as they please with their own life. Nobody owns anyone. I don't care how much time I've given you, how much money we've invested into the relationship. I don't care how many children we have. Even more of a reason for you to walk away because we still have to co-parent. But you guys want to justify someone, like I stated before, that hunted his soon-to-be ex-wife and took her life and Hector's life, an innocent bystander. And you guys want to sit here and condemn his name because he was with her, having dinner? And you want to call him a homewrecker? You want to call all these sick, twisted names. Gloria and Thomas were going through a divorce. And those can take years. At the end of the day, she stated, I don't want to be with you. I'm going to reiterate this over and over because I don't think you guys are understanding, okay? You guys are slow. She said, I don't want to be with you anymore. That means move on. It's going to take time. Yes. How many people have not been cheated on and not gone and committed these horrendous acts? And you guys want to justify. They weren't together, though. You guys don't even know the relationship that her and Hector had, but you guys want to assume and fabricate all these fake pictures and DMs and literally fake. Do your research. You'll find out. It's not, somebody could just show you fake shit and you're going to believe it. That's crazy. That's how ignorant people are. This is the worst case of DV. And then you guys also want to sit here and even though they're in their death beds, you want to still victimize the person who took these lives because his story deserves to be told. The story is he killed 2 people, that he premeditated it on, that he spoke on because he stated this to the family 2 days prior to him committing this. Tomás worships Santeria. And if you know what that is, you know that that is dark spirits. And those demons in his head told him to do it. So not only are we speaking about somebody that has low self-esteem, no self-respect or self-love for himself, and having a mental battle within himself, but we're adding spiritual battle as well. And everyone wants to justify and give a story as to why it was okay for him to do what he did. It's sickening. It's sickening. Men need to learn how to let go. And this goes for women too. Learn to let go. You will be okay. You get to start over. And you know what? It's so crazy how all these stupid rumors, you guys are just clinging on to everything. They were in a 16-year relationship, marriage. She gave him 3 beautiful children. Of course, they had a property together. They're a marriage. You guys are all fighting that this was broken, whatever. You guys are literally contradicting yourself in every single thing you say. Absolutely everything. She gave this man 16 years of her life. She tried it over and over. And just how you guys stated, I'm going back to what everybody's saying. Just on Facebook last year, she posted pictures of them together. Yes, she was trying to work it out. That's live. You guys are seeing that live. She was trying to work it out just like many of us women do. We try everything until we said we gave it a chance and it didn't work. But at that point, it's there. It's because they couldn't change. It's because they couldn't adapt. It's because they couldn't do the work that we're doing. We are constantly evolving. And you want to knock a woman down because she wanted better for her life. Do you guys understand what you're saying? You're judging her because she wanted a better life. And you want to sit here and say, oh, she wanted the riches and she had a job. She actually had a career. And then she had side businesses on the side. So she wasn't there for money. They both bought the home. They both contributed to the household family. They were a family. They were a union at one point before they outgrew each other. And then on top of that, she gave him 3 beautiful children. And you guys want to sit here and just say all these horrible, horrible things that are just not like, no. And then we get into like the most controversial one, the way she looked. From every angle, you guys are just, it's ugly. Instead of us focusing on the real issue here in his mental health, it's self-respect, it's DV, it's learning to let go, it's learning to respect boundaries. You just want to sit here and focus on the way she looked. Because she had 6 children and the last were twins. And she wanted to feel better. And she created a platform out of that, which she was very open and honest about. But you guys want to drag her and like say all these horrendous things about, and this is, you guys don't understand, when you're speaking on this one woman, you're speaking on so many other women too, though. That's what you guys don't understand. So it's not offensive to just one. It's an offensive to a community of different women that relate to her. And so many did. So you guys are not just ridiculing her, but everybody else. We are mothers. We deserve to want to feel our best, especially after we gave birth. And you guys want to sit here and throw, like, it's crazy. The amount of comments, the amount of disrespectful, hateful, evil, you feel the tone of how you guys feel. And it's so ugly and it's so dark. The internet can be a place where, yes, there could be growth and there could be businesses and people have, you guys have seen it. It could be powerful and it is powerful, but it's also so fucking evil. It's ugly because there's so many keyboard warriors. Basically, you're at home fucking on your fat ass or fucking miserable ass. I don't care. And you're typing how you feel. And how you feel, it's a projection. I can look at every comment and I can tell you what you're projecting. And a lot of you are unhappy with yourselves. A lot of you have a lot of work to do. A lot of you need to heal. A lot of you have mommy issues. A lot of you have women issues. A lot of you have been scorned and you saw yourself in Tomas and you related and you thought it was okay because that's something that you would never personally do, but you would think of doing. That's horrible. And it's not right because at the end of the day, like I stated before, they're not here. And you know who is here? Those 11 children that have to go through the most traumatic thing they've probably ever been through. And on top of that, it's exposed absolutely everywhere. It got to the point where like Thomas has fans. A murderer that took lives, that planned all this, has fans. And those fans started attacking the children and the events that they were trying to raise for their parents. Selfish. Every single one of you is selfish. Tomas was selfish. All of you are selfish because all you thought about was yourself. These children literally had to identify their mom's body on her birthday. Hector's daughters couldn't have fundraising events because you guys were sending them ugly threats and DMs and emails. I don't even know how. And if you go to Gloria's and Hector's Instagram page, the comments that you see, that's just one. Okay, that's not the news covering it. That's not all the other platforms that are covering it, English and Spanish. Like this was national. And the comments are everywhere. There's no justifying what was done. There's no sides. There's no, we need to clear names. You can't clear a name. He's gone. He did what he did. And his name is Tomas, whatever, the murderer. And here we have Hector and Gloria, the victims. And then you guys want to sit here and bring up that she was the one abusing him. You guys saw the pictures. He had a scratch. And the DA actually cleared her from that because there wasn't no evidence of real domestic abuse. But because we want to create a narrative and a story, we got to continue this novela. This is literally what it is. And we got to sit here and get clout, and we got to get followers, and we got to, and it's crazy to me how you guys are coming for me. Let me tell you, because I wake up with these comments every day. Okay. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to read you what I just got right now. Okay. I just got this as we were starting to do this. We're going to go ahead and give Jake Jones 245 the platform today. You are forever going to have to live with the fact that you have caused her death. You have blood on your hands, all because you manipulated her for your own selfish podcast benefit. When the guy reached out to you to tell his story, if you didn't blow him off, at least listen to him. Just maybe she would still be alive. This is one of the many different comments that I get. I get death threats. I get you're next. I get it all. Heard it all. And to be honest with you, to be in a platform like this and speak on topics like this has definitely gave me a tougher skin. But to know that these children have to read these volatile, horrible comments is a whole different level, because I am a mother and I could not imagine. But this is what we get. And let me tell you what I got out of this, okay? At the end of the day, this was something that was planned. So whether it happened 3 weeks ago or it happened 6 months from now or a year from now, that was already what he was planning. That was his thoughts already. You can sit here and point the finger and try to justify and blame everybody else but the murderer. It doesn't change anything. Okay. What I see here is men like Jake Jones 245 do not like women like Gloria and I, because we're using our voice to not stay silent. And you guys want a pretty little go home and cook, bake, stay in your place, and don't say shit and do whatever I say type of woman. We can't be ambitious. We can't be driven. We can't want a better life for ourselves and our children because we get judged off that. And then if we're going and speaking on it, how dare we? But you triggered him. That was the final straw. That's what I've been seeing. No, he got triggered the day that she was serious and filed for divorce, and every single thing that he said she couldn't do, she was doing. And that alone was a trigger in itself. So no, this platform where she used her voice to say her story, because at the end of the day, unfortunately, she's not here. And that's the only thing we have left of her. And that is the biggest story and the most horrific way. Guess what, guys? This is how serious DV is. This is how serious domestic abuse is. And you guys want to sit here and ridicule her for a scratch because she was defending herself against her abuser. And if we want to sit here and dissect things, he was setting everything up for this from 2 weeks ago from 5 weeks ago when he reached out to us with the video exposing her and her amante that we've all seen circulating around, because his family has sure reached out to the blogs, the TMZ blogs, to give all this information and create their own narrative and their own, justification for why he did what he did. But we're missing the point here is that it shows on his actions exactly what he did and what he was going to do, whether, like I said, it was now or later, because they weren't together anymore. So him saying Gloria and her amante, they weren't together anymore. That's what you can get. They weren't together. And yes, they lived under the same roof at one point because they were going through a divorce, like many of you, I'm sure, are going through or have tried to go through and don't sign the papers. I've had women literally reach out. Not only have I been getting hateful comments, but I've been getting also empowering comments and DMs and messages and women that related to her and that she inspired to be able to leave, and others that were scared to leave because of what she's gone through. So this isn't just, this is so many layers to real women that are going through this, or men, because I've had men in my DMs too. And instead of us focusing on how serious this is, but what I've noticed with this whole thing is that it's the culture, it's the family, it's society, and you guys are so fucking confused on what you believe in. And we're in 2025 and women are still being suppressed because of the way we look, because we are ambitious, because we want more, because we want a better life for our kids, because we don't want to go through what our previous ancestors, mothers, cousins, aunts, uncle, whatever have gone through. You hear a woman speak and you want to be mad at her. Oh, that's embarrassing. Why is she talking about that? If you look at both episodes, Gloria spoke more on her first husband, who is there and was a father and was in his children's life, than she did on her soon-to-be ex-husband, Tomas. She was very classy, and all she stated was, we no longer have things in common. We grew apart. He wasn't supportive as to what I wanted to do. And you guys want to sit here and switch it up and say she was this gold digging woman that just wanted more and got her body done, and now she wants to leave him. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. You don't see all behind the scenes. And I can speak for that myself because I relate to her in so many different ways. We have to start over. We have to be their full-time moms. We have to work. We have to mentally, emotionally be there even though we're not there. And on top of that, we are getting stalked and harassed and hunted by the person that we gave years to. All because they don't know how to walk away. All because they see us as objects and we belong to them. But we don't want to talk about that. We want to just bash, talk shit, and say this is what she deserved, and this is what, Hector deserved, and that's why you shouldn't be dating women with crazy baby daddies, or that's why you should wait till the woman is like not married. Fuck you guys. You guys, divorce takes forever, number one, and number two, when a woman says she's done, she's done. Respect that. That's what a lot of you don't have. And then the culture. Let me not get into the culture. Just because your ancestors say it's okay, it's not okay. It's time that we start to use what we have here, our own individual brain, and we start to work that, and we start to look at things that are not okay. It's not okay for the family to say, stay. It's not okay for you to sit here and be talked down to, be abused in whatever way it could be. There's so many different forms of abuse. It doesn't have to be just physical, as we see here. She wanted more, and she wanted to do it with her husband at the time. He couldn't do it. And sometimes you guys need to be okay with knowing that you can't do more and walk away and go meet someone that will meet you at where you're at. Do you guys don't understand that the whole part of being a human is you evolve as you get older. You don't think the same way you thought years ago. You don't think the same way when you first met that person. So you guys either grow together and evolve together, or you grow apart. And that's what happens in a lot of cases. And you guys are mad at women for every time we reach a new plateau, okay? And that's every year, every 2 years, we have a child, we grow from the last one. At the beginning, when we were young and didn't have children, we thought totally different. And then as soon as we became moms, we changed. And how many divorces don't happen because of that change, right? But you guys want to sit here and get mad at women, okay, for wanting more and better because a person that they're currently with can't meet them there. And that's okay. That's what you guys don't understand. That is okay. We grew apart. So instead of you guys encouraging this man to walk away and have some self-respect and dignity, because everything that he did, like him even emailing or sending those texts of she did this to me and did that to me, and then exposing her and doing it, what you guys have seen, obviously it's everywhere. And you guys don't think to say like, damn, this guy was really like dumb for staying there. No, instead you want to sit here and relate to him and comment how you feel, projecting. That's all I see. Not only is it hate, because hate is hate, and you guys are so miserable with your life, but you want to sit here and project your own deep internal issues that you have. It's sickening because half of you would probably go to her page and look at her before, and now you want to talk shit. And women too. It's so, and I think the worst one for me was DV women reaching out to me personally in all the platforms and stating to me how they would have done shit, or how she should have done things, or, you know, she should have tiptoed. She should have never gone on the podcast. She should have never posted pictures of her in a bikini. She should have never done those workout videos. She should have been at home cooking, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, your mind is small. I'm sorry that your fears overpower the will to fight and move forward. Straight up, that's what it is. You're projecting your fears that you live in, that you experienced through your ex because he broke you down. And just because you left and you were lucky to leave, because a lot of us women are not lucky, as we can see here. And you want to sit here and reach out and say she should have done things differently. I think that was very brave of her, actually. And it showed her character and who she is. And I think that's what society needs to understand, that there's women like you, and then there's women like us. And we choose not to sit here and cater to society and culture and family and be different. And that takes a lot of power. And it takes a lot of facing your fears and overcoming shit. But we want to sit here and focus on all the negative and how I would have done it, how she should have done it, how da-da-da-da-da. Like, I'm sorry, no. This is not just a story of the worst case scenario. This is a prime example of why women stay and why women die in these type of situations. But everybody wants to focus on the stupid gossip around it as opposed to the real, true issue. I'm not here to clear or say sides of the story. I'm here to be honest about the real situation at hand. And DV is this serious because men or women don't know how to let go, because they are so broken and so codependent and so in thinking that people are objects They're not human. They don't have emotions. They don't have feelings. They don't have rights to walk away. They don't have rights to start over. They don't have rights to move on and give their children better lives. They don't have that right. And if they do want to do that, this is the outcome of it. And this is how people think. No. Herizon is here for women like Gloria, for women like me. And we will not be silenced, and we will not be intimidated. And we will not live in fear. Do we have them? Yes, we're human. Will we live in them is a whole different story. And to have the children of these victims go through all this is so unjust, but it's even more heartbreaking to see how sick this world that they live in is. And now they're here trying to understand and navigate their life now without their parents, on top of all of you stating your opinion that you have to say because it makes you feel better and it changes things. The only ones that are here are those 11 children. And I think that this world needs to literally have more empathy and more logic. And you don't have to say everything that comes to your head or your brain or however you think. You don't have to let people know how ugly you are, how your evil thoughts work, and how you really feel. Because the amount of fans of Tomás stating, "Thank you, Tomás, for instilling fear in these women. Hopefully they behave. Thank you, Tomás, for doing things that we all wish we could do but don't have the balls to do." Like I said, there's layers to this. And this is what we are dealing. These are humans that are our uncles, our cousins, our brothers. You can be sitting next to them. You can be walking next to them. Like, these are normal people that think this way. And that actually, they should be embarrassed to even say things like that out loud. Everyone should be ashamed of themselves, because you have to learn to think before you speak. So we want to have a special event, a workout event in memory of Gloria. I'm still getting everything together. I would love to have any other sponsors that would want to donate things that we can possibly have at this workout event. All the proceeds will go to her children. I'm hoping that we can have her Peaches by Glow activewear there. And hopefully we can sell that out as well. Like I said, if there's any other vendors that want to work with us to donate their products that we can sell there, all the proceeds will go to her children. And like ages, she had children from ages 24 to 8. So you can imagine how hard it is right now. So with that being said, please stay tuned to Herizon for more information. And for sure, it's going to be a workout event in memory of her. And like I said, all the proceeds will go to her children. So please stay tuned to Herizon Podcast, Instagram, or TikTok. We will definitely be posting more information on that, the dates, where, and things like that. So just stay tuned, please. Thank you. So with all that being said, this was the worst case scenario of DV. Gloria and Hector did not deserve to have their lives taken away in the most disturbing way. And they definitely did not deserve everything that came after. My heart goes out to the families that are grieving right now, to those 11 children that have to learn to adjust to this new life of theirs. And this has been, and I think it will be, it's been a lot from a lot of different angles and a lot of different levels. It's been a lot for the DV community. Triggers have been so many triggers, so many women and men reaching out. A lot of women that found the courage to want to get up and leave now don't want to. But it's also empowered other women to want to be able to walk away, to have themselves face those fears to walk away. And it's crazy to me because we're going to go back to Jake real quick. What is Herizon gaining out of this, guys? I'll be honest with you. I am investing into this. I don't get paid. We are 1 year in. This has been something that I have poured into. I don't benefit or, what are they saying? I am not getting anything out of this. I had a conversation with a friend and she wanted to share her life and her struggles and how she's overcame them. That's Herizon. And you guys want to sit here and say that I am doing it for attention and attraction and follows and likes? Not in this way. That's not what I am about. That is not what this is about. These are real situations. And everything that I speak on, I'm speaking on because I've gone through it. And I'm currently going through it. So for all you guys to sit here and say that I am benefiting and I am, fuck you. Fuck you. Because I'm not. I am investing into this. I am doing it for change. I don't care if I reach one person. I have integrity. I have morals. I have values, and I have a character that's not who I am. And I'm not here to clear anything. I can give a fuck less what you guys have to say about me. Literally, I could care less. But I will be honest, having to know that these children are reading these comments is sickening. And with that being said, that is Herizon, episode 20. Rest in peace to Hector. Rest in peace to Gloria. And there's no justification for taking someone's life.